Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Hexter's here, and today we will be covering a build by request for countering Lunastra. Now, as I'm sure you may already know, Lunastra has some very high damage powerhouse moves. This build is going to help negate that while maintaining some fairly reasonable clear times for anyone really struggling with this fight. Now, the build itself is a little unorthodox, but I will explain the reasoning behind it during the run showcase. Now, for the weapon, we are using the Tyrannis Glaive 2, and we are not using an Elementalist build. Again, I'll go into more depth on that why later. But for the weapon, we have it augmented with both Affinity and Health Regen. Now, for the gear, we do have the Dragon King Eye Patch, Cold Chest and Gloves Beta, Cold Waist Alpha, Death Stench Heal Beta, and a Mighty 2 Charm. For skills, we have Handicraft 4. This will boost our weapon into White Sharpness. Fire Resistance 3 gives us plus 20 fire and plus 10 defense, bringing our base to 510, and our fire resistance to 35 before any food buffs. Next, we have Free Element 3 to unlock the Ice Element. Weakness Exploit 3 for an additional 50% affinity to weak points. Maximum Might 3 for an additional 30% affinity while at full stamina. Stun Resistance 2 to reduce stun durations by 60%. This is huge. Next we have Ice Attack 2 to bring the elemental cap to 230. Critical Boost 1 gives us an extra 5% damage to our critical hits. Power Prolonger 1 increases the Kinsect buff's duration by 10%. And then finally, Protective Polish gives us that 1 minute of protected white sharpness. But let's go ahead and take a look at the jewels we socketed to achieve these skills. Alright, so we have a Sharp Jewel in the Glaive, a Release Jewel in the Eye Patch, a Mighty and Fire Resist Jewel in the chest, a Tenderizer and Fire Resist Jewel in the gloves, and the final Fire Resist Jewel in the waist, and 2 Frost Jewels in the legs. But let's go ahead and see how this build fares against a tempered Lunastra. Alright, so to start, I actually took the fresh food buff, which only gave me an attack up small and an armor up small. So not a whole lot here, but what we do want to do is start off with our cool drink here. Just prep up the Rocksteady Mantle. Now, some things I wanted to discuss about why we decided to use the skills that we do. Now, Lunastra is extraordinarily weak to ice, and since the Insect Glaive is a moderately fast-hitting weapon, all in all, it's actually fairly reasonable to use Free Element. Now, the reason that we went this route instead of an Elementalist route is because, actually, of the gear. The Cove armor, most of it has, all of it has really high fire resist on it to begin with. That's how we're getting up to 35 fire resist. And this is a tempered fight, and since we're looking more for the survivability on this, instead of a speed clear time, just to kind of help with the countering aspect of it, I felt like this was really the best way to go. Not to mention, the Tyrannis Insect Glaive 2 also gives plus 15 armor. So that in and of itself gives us a little bit more survivability. So it allows us to stay just kind of well-rounded. Lunastra's going to take off here. We're just put that away here. Let me go ahead and sharpen. Oops. Meant to sharpen. Oh well. See, now we have the 1 minute of protected white sharpness. Probably could have done that a little closer. Let's just go ahead and... Oop. There we go. And we're just going to start swinging away here. Now, if you notice, this is indeed tempered, and while I am taking a bit of damage, I'm taking a significantly less amount than you would expect. And that's because of that massive fire resist. Probably spent too much time trying to collect my orange there. That's okay. Alright, let's go for the tail here. Now, while it's nice to stay into white sharpness, having it at blue sharpness isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you constantly are sharpening just to stay into white sharpness, your fight's actually going to take a lot longer. Just because there's going to be a lot of instances in which you don't get your attacks off. You're going to end up sharpening more than you're actually fighting. It's just easier to sharpen once you get to green or just before, like right now. Looking like I probably need to sharpen at some point. Wow, these wind blasts are annoying. Alright, here we go. Let's take that mantle off. Sharpen up. Oh, come on, come on. Rather take the hit and get the sharpness off. I can always chug a potion here. Or, let's drink a max potion. There we go. Oh, okay. See, this is why the stun reduction is important. I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting crap kicked out of me. I have taken a little bit of a long break. I'm sure you've noticed there has been some time in between my videos. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Take that tail down. Oh. Alright, usually I'd let her run away here, but I'm gonna flash her, keep her in the zone, and sharpen real quick. It's been a while since I've done a fight where my rock-steady mantles come back. Let's go. Nope. You're staying in the zone. Oh, alright, there we go. Let's take a look at the time here. Alright, 8 minutes, 45 seconds. I really hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, please like and subscribe. Also, if you do want to know what videos are due to be released, there is a schedule in the description link in the section below, so feel free to check that out. Also, if you would like to see a particular build around a weapon, feel free to leave a request in the comments section. And as always, happy hunting!